Phil, how important was it to go out and get some players for the attack? I know y'all lost a few people, and just to kind of bolster the front end of the formation.
Yeah, it was our main goal in the transfer portal. We needed help there, and I think we've done a pretty good job. I call it speed dating, because instead of watching these kids for years and years and being around them a lot, we get one day basically to make our pitch, and we went 4 for 4 in the transfer portal.
What is some of the talents that some of these new players bring, some of the skill sets?
Kennedy Clark probably has the lowest center of gravity on any soccer player I've ever seen. She twists and turns and nobody can get anywhere near her. Leah Pillar is really crafty with the ball. I mean, I hardly think they're new because we had them since January and they were with us all spring. Leah scored 2 direct free kicks in the spring exhibition season. Ali Lowry just works her tail off. She was actually, Micaiah likened her to Ali Russell, that she's always moving, always moving. So we've got some different looks that we can throw at people.
When you bring in so many new people on the front end, is there challenges in getting that communication down, and what are some of the biggest challenges to building that chemistry?
The fact that most of our transfers came in January was phenomenal, because then we've got our whole spring season to work on integrating them into how we play. Ali Lowry, she's the only one that we put a name tag on basically at the start of preseason. But the integration has already been done with most of them. And the team is incredibly welcoming, so it's not hard for the new people to settle in.
What have you learned about your squad the first 2 exhibition matches now that the games are going to get real here?
Nothing. I mean, crazy to say, but because most of us everybody was here basically in the spring, it's the only thing I have learned, which I wasn't surprised about, is they're absolutely ready. It was a long wait from the end of last season when I thought we were playing, top 6 in the country. That's how well we were playing. Unfortunately, in the NCAAs, we met one of the best teams on the planet at the time, in Florida State, who just waltzed through the NCAAs. Nobody wins the final 4-1, 5-1, whatever they did. But we were playing great, and it was like, okay, come on, let's get to the fall. And they're ready.
You got another season of playing a challenging non-conference schedule. How's that going to prepare this team for the SEC schedule?
Yeah, it's we just like the fact that we have to bring it all the time. We have to play well to win. We can't say, this is going to be an easy game, that's going to be an easy game, because that doesn't happen in the SEC. There's not a weak link when we get to conference. And the philosophy that we've always had is we're preparing to win the conference. We're not preparing to be 10-0, playing the lightest schedule ever, and then try and survive in the conference. And to prepare to win the conference, you have to play people that are as good as the teams within your conference. And the Lamar game is going to be a huge challenge, because those guys are winners. They're back-to-back double winners in the Southland Conference. Nathan Kogut, great friend of mine. I was in his wedding. I know him as a coach. They're going to be prepared, and we're going to have to be just as prepared. And it's the same thing. We don't take anything for granted, and that prepares you really well for conference play.
That was going to be my next question. Any playful trash talking with Nathan?
Absolutely. I mean, it started about 3 years ago, even before he got there. No, we're great friends. But we were texting yesterday, and not playful trash talking. I was throwing him some formations that we probably weren't going to play. No, he's a great guy, and he deserves his success.
Tactically, does it seem like the team y'all will play similarly to last year with a bunch of new faces? Is it kind of adapt this year?
Yeah, there's some things we do really well. We're one of the best teams in the country in offensive transition. And you look at Mia Pante, Michaela McDonald, I mean, those people are just flyers. So we're not going to change in that respect. Hopefully we're going to get a lot more people in the box. And you know, we recruited these forwards based on the strength of our setup people. Sydney Becerra puts balls on a platter for people. Mia and Mac play balls into the box so well. Kate Colvin's right there. Taylor Jernigan is another setup person that's doing so well with us. And the forwards that we got want to get in the headlines by profiting off all those setup people.
Alrighty, thanks and gig 'em.